What's up, everybody? I'm Najee Adams.
And I'm Hunter Jacobs.
And you're listening to the Hoop Ball Nets podcast. So, today we're going to go over 3 games and a Brooklyn Baller of the Week. The Heat game just wrapped up literally like an hour ago as we're recording this, so we figured we'd just throw that game into and recap it real quick. We're going to be going over their win versus the Wizards, their loss to the Clippers, and their most recent win versus the Heat. Before we get into, as well as giving out the Baller of the Week. Before we get into things, make sure to find us on iTunes. You can look up Hoop-Ball or Hoop Ball Nets. Make sure to leave a review, 5 stars. We're reading all reviews on the podcast, so if you want to get your review read, make sure to leave one. Thank you in advance. Getting into the Wizards game, they beat the Wizards 115-104. They won turnovers 11-13 and held the Wizards to 16.7% shooting from 3. They had their biggest lead was 19 points. The Nets themselves shot 42.2% from the field, and the Wizards shot 42.5% from the field. They won because of pure defense. Well, I don't even think they won because of defense. They won because the Wizards are bad. Because the Nets themselves only shot 27.3% from the three-point line.
The first half was all Wizards, and the second half was all Nets, which is actually pretty promising because the Nets never come out of the half firing. But they were regaining momentum at the end of the second quarter, and then as soon as the third quarter started, they just ran away with it and got their huge lead in the third, even bigger in the beginning of the fourth. And it can really be chalked up to a good Spencer Dinwiddie performance again. He's stepping up with Caris LeVert out. He's impressive.
As he should. They tied in rebounds 47-47, and the Nets out-rebounded them by 13-12. Let's get into the actual box score. So we're going to start with Washington.
They are imploding to start off. So, in case you have not heard, they might trade John Wall, Bradley Beal, maybe Otto Porter, maybe Jeff Green, maybe
Kelly Oubre. They might just blow up the entire team, to be honest.
And in one practice, this all happened in no particular order. John Wall cursed out head coach Brooks. Kelly Oubre cursed out head coach Scott Brooks.
He's lost the team.
Oh, yeah. Bradley Beal is blaming other staff members for their issues. Austin Rivers believes that the Wizards are a laughingstock. John Wall and Beal hold a conference where they call out all the teammates. Beal and Rivers fight. John Wall and Jeff Green have a verbal altercation. And
it's crazy
Dwight
because
Howard is butthurt that he's even on the Wizards. So
it's crazy because 2 years ago they were top 3 seed.
They
in the
were
East.
fighting with the Celtics to make the conference finals,
and now they're one of the worst. They're bottom 5 seed in the East. Like it's crazy. Speaking of John Wall and Bradley Beal, do you think they should trade for them? Because I think they should trade for one in particular.
Okay, I don't want them to get Wall or Beal, although Beal would be a fit.
Yeah, I think they should get Bradley Beal. But that would kind of screw Caris LeVert.
Yeah, that's the issue I have, because down the line that screws up LeVert's role. I believe right now they are missing a small forward. Joe Harris can only take them so far and would be a great bench player and replace Allen Crabbe, who should not play any longer, in my opinion.
He had one. We're going to talk about the one decent game he's had so far.
But the Nets put a nice offer for Otto Porter. They got matched, and the Nets were actually known as the team that would drive up the prices on these players.
People literally used to use the Nets to get max contracts to lure their teams into matching.
It's very smart of the Nets to throw out these offers because now these other teams won't have cap
space.
And it opens up room for them. But Otto Porter has been tremendously struggling, and I believe they can buy low on him, although the Wizards will still see value in him. I think it's possible that they can put together a good enough package for him. What would you give up for Bradley Beal or Porter? Give your package for each.
For Bradley Beal, I'd probably give up Spencer Dinwiddie, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, and a second-round pick. I'm not giving you a first-round pick when we have Caris LeVert, who could be an all-star. So I'll give you Spencer Dinwiddie, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, and a second. I might give them a first. If they were like, you give me a first and it's a guaranteed done deal, fine.
I'd
I'll
say
give you the
lottery
first.
protected first.
Yeah, I'll give you the first if they can guarantee me. If that's what it takes to get him, sure, I'll give you the first. For Otto Porter, I'd probably I'd give up like Joe Harris and Rondé Hollis Jefferson. I don't think Otto Porter is that good.
Okay, I would.
The one thing about him was his efficiency, and that's down the drain this season.
I believe if he's back in the right situation, he'd be really good. And just think, if the Nets can acquire Otto Porter and find a way to dump Allen Crabbe's money, how do you like Otto Porter and Tobias Harris as your forwards next season?
He's convinced that the Nets are going to sign Tobias Harris. I don't know why.
I'm 99% sure Tobias Harris will be in a Nets uniform next season.
He's convinced they're signing Tobias Harris. But, I mean, if they do, then power, that's great for us. Because we get to cover a probable all-star. So, back to the... but speaking on the Bradley Beal and John Wall, do I think that they're going to get one of them? No. Do I think they should try? Do I think Sean Marks should call up the Wizards and try and put together a package? Yes, I feel like he will.
I believe at the very least they should get Kelly Oubre. That's going to be the person who is the lowest cost and is, to me, an offensive spurt off the bench that they think Allen Crabbe is.
Who do you think the Wizards value more, Beal or Wall? Beal.
I would say they value Wall more.
I feel like they value Bradley Beal more. Only because, like...
I honestly say it's equal.
Who's their two? If
I honestly say it's equal. I mean, Oubre could play their two more than anyone could play their one.
Thomas Satoransky was low-key nice last year when John Wall was out.
I just don't think that like there's a bigger value from either one of them, honestly.
That's fair.
I'll say that I think Jeff Green is going to get moved. I think that Oubre is going to get moved. It's just... And one of the big three is going to get moved, I think. I just don't know who. I think the Nets should go for Oubre, though, at the very least, if not Porter.
Back to the box score from the Nets win over the Wizards. Dwight Howard led the Wizards in scoring with 25 points to go along with 17 rebounds and 1 steal and a block. Jared
Allen was playing in this game, so he just got completely demolished by a grown man in Dwight Howard.
He was 9 of 13. The interesting thing is he was 7 of 10 from the free throw line.
He did foul out in 27 minutes, but...
I mean, he's put up 25 and 17 while he was in the game, so that's he made his mark on the game. Then came Bradley Beal, 8 of 19, 1 of 3 from 3 to make 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block.
38 minutes.
And then John Wall had 16 points on 6 of 19 shooting with 7 assists and 1 rebound. And lastly, Kelly Oubre had 8. Wow. Kelly Oubre is pretty nice. Kelly Oubre had 18 points, 5 of 6 from the field to go along with 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal.
And he's a solid free throw shooter, so...
And he low-key plays defense.
It's someone that I want the Nets to have.
And he's a young... he's young.
And just think... how good of a combination of style him and D'Lo would be together.
Facts, that's true.
That's just... It would just be fun to watch.
On to the Nets.
Wait, just quick thing. Otto Porter had a terrible game, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even go over Otto Porter.
3 of 10 shooting with 8 points.
That's what I said. If the efficiency's not there for him, I don't know what he provides.
I'm saying it's a buy low. I think they should go for him and hope that the efficiency turns around, but...
On to the Nets, Joe Harris, old reliable, 9 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 1 of 6 from 3. Wasn't so reliable this game.
Not reliable
this game. He only played 25 minutes though, he's usually one of the team's leading people in minutes. Jared Dudley played 22 minutes. I'm not even going to go into his stat line because he shouldn't even be playing.
Look, Jared Dudley is probably my least favorite player in the entire NBA. He just continues to disappoint every single game. He will sit there, play 25 minutes, and show me no reason why he should remain on the court.
Why he's even in the NBA. He'll show me no reason that's why he's in the NBA. Jared Allen. What's interesting is Jared Allen actually fouled out in 31 minutes. So both Dwight Howard and Jared Allen both fouled out. They both fouled out.
Well, Jared Allen had a team high plus 13 plus minus, and he had a double-double with 16 and 12.
He was 5 of 11 from the field, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, and Dwight Howard was 7 of 10?
Yeah.
So combined, they took 18 free throws. Allen Crabbe, this was not the good game. Once again,
Wow,
trash.
2 for 8, 1 for
8,
6
1 for
from 3. What a shock.
To go 6 points, and then
Shooting his season average 25%. Wonderful.
the team's two best players as of right now, Spencer Dinwiddie and D'Angelo Russell. Spencer Dinwiddie played a team high 31 minutes. D'Angelo Russell played 29.
Dinwiddie outshined him. 8 for 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. Just a stellar game.
D'Lo had
6 man of the year
God.
candidate Spencer
D'Lo
Dinwiddie.
had 23 points on 8 of 16 shooting. He was 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from 3 to go along with 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Unfortunately, he had 4 turnovers,
Led
but hey,
the team with a whopping
they still
4
managed to
turnovers.
win the game and the turnover battle. So, what I want to bring up this game is that Dinwiddie and Russell outscored Wall and Beal 48-36, and that's an all-star backcourt. So that's pretty impressive, and the Nets are usually bad against guards. So for Dinwiddie and Russell to outscore them, I say that's a win.
I mean, also what you might want to add is that they did that in 9 less shot attempts. They scored 12 more in 9 less shot attempts.
And both Wall and Beal played above 37 or more minutes, and Dinwiddie and Russell played 29
They
and 31
combined
minutes.
for 60 minutes while the other two combined for 75.
That's what they just overall outplayed Bradley Beal and John
Outplayed
Wall.
2 All-Stars.
Literally, that's it. That's all you can ask for in a game
Which-
like this.
Like, it's sad to say that that's what they'll need to win, though. In
Yeah.
order to win, they will need them to outplay All-Stars every game.
On to the Clippers. They lost 127-119 on the second half of a back-to-back. They got outscored 37-22 in the fourth quarter, and they could never pull the game back in reach.
They were playing so well until it looked like they got gassed in the fourth quarter.
They lost the turnover battle 11-8,
Which
but
still
won.
isn't bad.
Yeah, they won the rebound battle 47-38.
11 turnovers a game, which they got in the Wizards and Clippers game, is good. I'll take 11 turnovers every game.
They actually shot, both teams shot pretty well. Once again, the Nets allow a team to shoot above 50% from the field, as the Clippers shot 50.5% from the field, 47.8% from 3, and 83.3% from the line. The Nets shot 45.5% from the field, 46.4% from 3, and 76.5% from the line. 45.5% from the field is not bad at all, but when you're letting the other team shoot 50%, most of the time you're going to lose, period. On to the box score for this game. I'm going to start with the Clippers. Tobias Harris, a.k.a. Future Net, had 27 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 turnovers on 11 of 17 shooting. He's clearly the Clippers' best player.
He is having a breakout year.
And Tobias Harris, how old do you think Tobias Harris is?
25.
Yeah, I always thought he was like 29.
No, I know he's
Tobias
young.
Harris is like 26, 27. That would be a good pickup for the Nets, easily. After Tobias Harris, Danilo Gallinari,
Their other stud.
the other stud, as long as he doesn't get injured, the Rooster, had 28 points. 28 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal on 9 of 14 shooting. He shot the lights out from 3, 5 of 7 from behind the arc.
Okay, so what I found interesting is that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a horrible game with 4 points, 2 of 9
He
from
only
the
played
field.
20 minutes.
He had a team low -10, 5 fouls, which is what limited him to 20 minutes. It was just a horrible showing from him. But then you have Lou Will. 6-man Lou Will.
He didn't have that good a game either.
16 points on 15 shots.
He
Great
only
free
hit 4
throw
of them.
And he added 5 assists and a steal, but had a team high plus 18 in his 27 minutes. So clearly Lou Will is the person they're going to keep at the end of games when it comes down to it, which they were going to do anyway because he is the bucket getter at any time. But
A low-key option for a most improved player is Montrezl Harrell.
I don't think he'll win
He's
it.
not going to win it, but he's in the running.
But something that a lot of fantasy analysts said that has been true is Montrezl Harrell is the best big man in Los Angeles. They guessed it, and he is the best big man in Los Angeles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Wait. Are we saying, do we count Kyle Kuzma as a big man?
No.
Okay, then yeah,
Why
you're
would you
probably
count him
right.
as a big man?
Because he plays the 4.
No, he's
No.
a small forward forced into the 4, in my opinion.
Okay.
I
So
say
he's better
that
than
the big
JaVale
men are
McGee.
JaVale
Sure.
McGee, Tyson
JaVale
Chandler,
McGee's low-key in the
Gortat.
running for most improved player, too.
Yes, that is true. But Montrezl Harrell has caused the Clippers to be as good as they are. He is the driving force with Tobias and Danilo.
In this game, he played 27 minutes, had 16 and 10 on 7 of 10 shooting, and he added a block. Aside from that, no one on the Clippers really scored more than 10 outside of the people we just named. So on to the Nets. In 30 minutes, Old Reliable came back, 19 points on 7 of 11 shooting, and he managed to only add 4 assists and a steal. He didn't get many rebounds. He only had 1, but hey, what else can you ask for?
My boy Jared Dudley, 5 points, 25 minutes. 2 of 2 from the field. Provides good things only.
Rondé Jefferson, meanwhile, 12 minutes. I can't even go over that anymore because at this point, what is there to say?
There's nothing to say besides Kenny Atkinson is off his rocker if he keeps on playing. This man, Dudley, when they clearly need to win games, and Rondé Hollis Jefferson is their best chance to win, but that's for another time.
On to Jared Allen, who had one of his best games of the season, 24 points and 11 rebounds on 8 of 13 shooting. Once again, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. So it looks like he's knocking down free throws at a pretty efficient rate, and 2 assists to go along with 1 block. Allen Crabbe finally cracked above 12 points.
Yeah.
He
still shot below 50%. His best game of the season, and he still couldn't shoot 50%.
He had in 29 minutes. Allen Crabbe had 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 personal fouls on 5 of 11 shooting. He went 3 of 6 from behind the arc, and then D'Angelo Russell, 23 points on 9 of 16 shooting. He went 5 of 7 from the 3-point line, and he added 10 assists and 3 rebounds. And he only had 1 turnover, might I add.
This was an absolutely horrid game for Spencer Dinwiddie. Astronomically bad. So he managed to take 16 shots, miss more shots than he had points. He had 11 points, 3 of 16 shooting. That's 18.8% in case you are wondering. 1 of 6 from 3. Only 4 of 6 from the line. He added 4 rebounds and 7 assists. That's a plus. Led the team in turnovers with 4 and fouled out in 27 minutes.
Let me just say,
with a team low minus 19.
Yeah, this is a horrible game for Spencer Dinwiddie, but it's good to see D'Angelo Russell step up. A low-key component in this game was Ed Davis. In 18 minutes, he had only 4 points, but added 11 rebounds, 4 offensive, in only 18 minutes. I will continue to say Ed Davis is one of the biggest steals of the offseason. Had he have gone to a contender, he would be on the map right now. But since he's on the Nets, no one really cares.
Okay, so I will also say a hoop ball Nets favorite of mine, Shabazz Napier, has been freed, but is playing like not good at all.
Is playing like not good. We know what you wanted to say.
He is playing very poorly. He's had 12 minutes, 1 point.
You wish he had 12 points.
1 point, 0 of 4 shooting, 3 turnovers. What a stat line. Solid.
So, yeah, they split those on the back-to-back set. Moving on to the Brooklyn Baller of the Week.
Okay, so it's going to end at this game, and then the next Brooklyn Baller will start with the Heat game. But so Jared Allen had the best.
No.
Listen.
Tell him who it is.
Okay, Jared Allen played the best in his 2 games that he played, but he's handicapped because he was out.
If you guys could see me right now, I'm standing here with my hands up, waiting for him to announce it.
The Brooklyn Baller of the Week is Jared Dudley.
You wish.
D'Angelo Russell.
Say it again.
D'Angelo Russell.
It's D'Angelo Russell, Brooklyn Baller of the Week. In 4 games, he gets his first in 4 games, and he averaged 30.1 minutes, 22.3 points per game, which was the most on the Nets. He averaged 3.8 triples, which was also the most on the Nets. 3 rebounds, 6.8 assists. Say it with me. The most on the Nets. 1.8 steals. We're finding a trend here. That's also the most on the Nets in that
Point
time
3
span.
blocks. What's that?
That's not the most on the Nets.
45% shooting. What's that?
46% shooting. That's pretty good.
45.8.
That's pretty good. 46% shooting, 18 shots per game.
Jared Dudley shot the same
Only
as him.
2.8 turnovers per game. It's not even close. D'Angelo Russell is the Brooklyn Baller of the week. He gets his first.
Okay, so
Woo!
I will say his one downfall is that he shot 61% from the free throw line. But aside from that, it was a good week.
Let me just throw out 2 stats about D'Lo. He's one of only 4 players to be averaging 17 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds, and also shooting 40 or more percent from the
3-point line.
From the 3-point line. You know who his company is? Steph,
Kyrie,
and 2
De'Aaron.
All-Stars.
And
De'Aaron Fox, which is probably the most improved player right now. So I'd say that's good company. And he's also top 5 in scoring for point guards in the East. He's having a pretty good season right now. I'm not going to lie.
And the unfortunate truth is that he is still not an all-star as of right now, in my opinion.
We got a lot of time until for that to happen, buddy. Don't forget. It's
I
only
hope
November.
He's the only hope on the team, so I hope that he makes it, but it's not looking too good.
Out of D'Lo since Karras is going down, I've seen him take some sort of leadership role and really put it into a different gear and try and prove, like, I'm here to stay. This is my team. Me and Karras are going to rule this for the next couple of years. And he's holding it down while Karras is gone.
That is the reason why I don't want the Nets to acquire a guard, because I want it to be D'Lo and Karras. However, I don't want it to be Joe Harris and Jared Dudley. I'd like it to be Otto Porter and Tobias Harris.
So what's your dream lineup?
For next
D'Lo,
season,
Karis
D'Lo,
LeVert,
Karras,
Tobias Harris. No, D'Lo, Karis LeVert.
Otto Porter, Tobias Harris, Jared Dudley.
Jared
Allen.
Dudley.
Jared Allen.
So I don't even want to get into what seed team that would be because we're just going to go off on a tangent. But needless to say, that's a playoff team.
Oh, definitely. That is a high-end playoff team. That's fantastic.
Right now, the Nets are 9th in the East, so they very well could make the playoffs.
It's not looking too good, being that they lost Karis LeVert. But you never know. One trade, one outburst from a player, one Shabazz Napier sighting, and they could be an 8th seed. You never know.
Moving on.
One Rondae Hollis start.
Yeah,
over
one
Jared
Rondae Hollis
Dudley.
Jefferson 30-minute game.
So, I think they could still make the playoffs despite what people are saying. Karras' injury does not end it for them.
Moving on to their most recent game versus the Heat, they managed to win 104-92. They outscored the Heat 30-15.
Okay, so
in the fourth quarter.
So the first and fourth quarter were all theirs. They started the game hot, closed the game hot. The whole middle was so ugly. They were getting destroyed by the Heat in the middle of the game and then climbed back.
They both teams shot horribly from behind the arc. The Heat shot 21.9% from 3, the Nets shot 25.8%, but while the Heat shot 36% from the field, the Nets shot 43.2%, and the Nets won the turnover battle 11-14.
And the Nets also outshot them at the free throw line,
which barely ever happens.
Never happens. It's not like they shot amazing. They still only shot 76%. But the Heat only managed to shoot 65, so the Heat put up more shots than them. They shot 100 shots to the Nets' 88, but the Nets made 2 more shots in their 12 less attempts, so they made the most of their opportunities.
The Heat out-rebounded the Nets 18-13, which is never good to see because
Offensive
we know
rebounding.
they out-offensive rebounded the Nets 18-13, which is never good to see because we know that's one of their problems. But the Nets managed to win the total rebound battle 53-52. On to the box score. We're going to start with the Heat. Rodney McGruder had 15 points in 36 minutes on 7-14 shooting to go along with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 turnovers.
Okay. Jared Allen, when he plays a strong man, it's like he is a baby and they just punt him across the court. It's like they have no regard for his life. Hassan Whiteside had 21 points and 23 rebounds and 2 blocks.
He was on 9 of 21 shooting.
Seemingly man.
He had 11 offensive rebounds himself. That's crazy.
It's like he just miss rebound. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just the only good sign is that he shot 21 shots and scored 21 points. So for a center, that's not that great. But Jared Allen still should rebound a little bit better than he did.
The Heat's two best players are Hassan Whiteside and Josh Richardson. Combined, they took 41 shots and made 15 of them. So the Nets played pretty good defense on the Heat's two best players.
Wayne Ellington started at the 2 for the Heat and played like Alan Crabb. He had 2 of 8 from the field, 9 points, didn't add much else.
To think he was in the 3-point competition last year.
And Derek Jones started at power forward and did absolutely nothing. He was Jared Dudley. 3 points, 1 of 6.
Jeez, comparing Derek Jones to Jared Dudley is tragic. Josh Richardson, in a team-high 38 minutes, had 16 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds to go along with 2 steals and 3 turnovers. However, he went 0 of 5 from the 3-point line.
James Johnson is still easing back for the Heat. He shot 1 of 7 with 4 points, but he'll get it back
And a
soon.
little bit of an Alan Crabb situation. On to the Nets box score. Old reliable Joe Harris, 28 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 10 shooting, 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. Jared Allen, like we said, he had a bad game against Hassan Whiteside. He played 30 minutes, 13 points, and 14 rebounds. He had 2 blocks to go along with it on 5 of 8 shooting.
So I guess you can say the rebounding was not his fault, being that no one else, aside from D'Lo, had more than 5.
Oh, don't get to D'Lo yet.
That's in their starting lineup. The bench rebounded well. Ed Davis and Rondae Hollis.
DeMar Carroll played well. 15 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, steal on 3 of 5 shooting. He hit 2 triples. Ed Davis had 9 and 8, 3 offensive rebounds. Rondae Hollis Jefferson, 10 points in 25 minutes to go along with 7 rebounds. And then
my boy Shabazz.
Wait, what? Oh, Shabazz.
9 minutes, 6 points, 3 of 5 shooting. It seems like when his minutes are low, he plays so well because he feels like
he has to
make the most of his
minutes. A sense
of
urgency.
So maybe his minutes should stay around 10 because when he gets a lot of minutes, he shoots so poorly.
On to the backcourt. Spencer Dinwiddie in 30 minutes had 16 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds, and a steal. On 5 of 12 shooting, he went 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. And D'Angelo Russell, Brooklyn Baller of the Week, played a team-high 32 minutes, had his best game of the year, I'd say. 20 points on 9 of 22 shooting. The shooting percentage is not that good, but he had 9 rebounds and 6 assists, 4 steals. So all in all,
defensive stats.
He had 20 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals.
I mean, I would say
top 3 performances of the year.
His best game is the one where he had 31 with
the 9 threes. Yeah.
But and also because he shot 2 of 8 from 3 in this one. Let's say he shot.
It could have been a much bigger game for him.
Let's say he shot 5 of 8 from 3. You're looking at another 30.9 rebound, 6 assists game. So it could have been better, but it was still good enough to get them the win. So he gets credit. Now, if you've noticed, the 2 people we're missing that we always talk about, it's the 2 people in the starting lineup named Alan Crabb and Jared Dudley. They shot a combined 2 for 13 in this one. In case you wanted to know, that is below 15% from the field. Alan Crabb in 28 minutes had 8 points, 2 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds. It's still not good, but I won't rag on him as much as I will Jared Dudley in a second. Alan Crabb just needs to start making shots.
He was 0 for 5. Jared Dudley.
Alan Crabb needs to start making shots, or I believe he will lose his spot very soon. But I'll give him another 2 weeks to prove himself before Atkinson realizes that it's just not clicking this year. Okay, so let's move to Jared Dudley. 21 minutes. 0 for 5. 0 for 3 from 3, and 1 rebound. You play 21 minutes as the power forward and you contribute 1 rebound? That's why Hassan Whiteside had so many rebounds. Jared Allen had no help from his forwards in grabbing any boards at all. So he's alone. Jared Dudley does not help. Rondae Hollis would help. That's the difference. Jared Dudley also, out of anyone who played more than 9 minutes, because Shabazz Napier had minus 11 plus minus. Jared Dudley had a team low, aside from Napier's 9 minutes, minus 7. So they won the game.
With basically no contribution from him.
And he was minus 7.
He did
5
nothing.
from the field. Rondé Hollis was plus 17 in his 25 minutes. And that was second on the team.
Wow, what a shock. You play Rondé Hollis Jefferson more minutes than Jared Dudley and you win. Who would have known? Looking ahead, the Nets play the Mavericks on Wednesday. They are 7-9. The Nets are 8-10. It's on the road, and Dennis Smith has been rolling lately, so it should be good to see how that matchup goes versus D'Angelo Russell. Then on Thursday, Thanksgiving, there are no games on Thanksgiving. Wednesday's a 14-game slate. Every team in the league plays except 2 of them. So that's going to be a great night. And then Friday, they come back and they play the Timberwolves at home. The Timberwolves are currently 0-8 on the road, so there's a good chance that the Nets can take that one. But if I had to guess, I'd say they win both games, to be honest. I'd say they beat the Timberwolves and the Mavericks, and they improve to 10-10, 500.
I'm not as confident as I would have been when Karras was playing, but I still think they can win both of these games and make the playoffs when it's said and done. As long as they maintain around 500 when Karras returns, then I think they're going to make the playoffs. If they fall too far behind, that's the issue. So it's about how they play until Karras comes back.
With that being said, we're going to wrap up this episode, guys. Thank you for listening. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at HoopBallNets. Make sure to go leave a review and follow and subscribe to us on iTunes at Hoop-Ball or HoopBallNets. Leave a 5-star review. We're reading all of them on the podcast, like I said in the beginning of the episode. If you want to follow us individually on Twitter, I'm at NajeeAdams_. If you don't know how to spell Najee, it's Najee Adams_. Hunter is at
Hunter_JKR.
That'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you for listening.